Hello students, welcome to this session. Today we are going to discuss JEE Main Test 59. I have solved it right now, and from that analysis I can see like almost 5 were regarded as easy and the 5 were tough, and rest you can say the 15 were medium. There are hardly 2-3 questions which doesn't require calculation, otherwise all are very good question. It's going to be time taking, it's going to be a challenging paper. Again I say, if you score 55 plus you're doing fair enough, and for very good going students again the same score 75 plus should be the target. So it's one thing is very clear, JEE Main papers are not that easy, and basically, preparing for JEE Main requires you to study almost everything that you study for JEE Advanced. The only good thing is that you're not faced with the matrix match or the multiple correct answer types question. Otherwise, there's no such difference in the preparation, I feel. So let's check the paper. So let's start with the first question. Hydrogen atom goes with a speed v, collides with another hydrogen atom kept at rest. Find the minimum value of v for which one of the atoms may get ionized. Okay, and assume completely inelastic. So one thing is clear, because both are identical, one is moving, it is completely inelastic collision. So the loss in kinetic energy in the collision that we can directly write as half mu u relative square basically. So that would be half, because both are same, mu reduced mass would be m by 2. You remember mu is equal to m1 m2 or m1 plus m2, or you derive it by the basic momentum equation, the result will come out as same, and u relative is v square, and that should be equal to the ionization energy. Ionization energy you know is 13.6 ev for hydrogen atom. So what you have, 13.6 I converted into SI units into what, m is 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 27 by 4 into v square. So the value of V comes out to be 2. I take 4 common, 13.6 into 1.6 over 1.67 into 10 to the power. This whole will become 8. So 2 into 10 to the power 4 I take common. This almost get cancelled. Root of 13.6, this would be between 3 and 4. So this would be between 6 and 8, and power is 10 to the power 4. Go for option A. Go ahead. Question 2. Two masses A and B connected with an inextensible string of length L lies on a smooth plane. A is given a speed of V, okay, along the ground perpendicular to AB. Okay, this is along the ground, no vertical motion. Find the tension in the string during the subsequent motion. Okay, so I know if I give it V, I'll resort to the C frame. And first of all, because this is M and 2M, I can directly relate CM would be closer to it. And if I denote the distance, it would be the distance, this distance D, if I write, would be equal to m into L upon m plus 2m, that is equal to L by 3. So this is L by 3, so this would be 2L by 3, you can make out. Now, so what is the velocity of Cm first of all? So velocity of Cm at this moment would be 2m into v, that is at rest, divided by 3m, that is 2v by 3. So in C frame, if I see the VA dash, the speed of A in C frame would be equal to V minus 2V by 3, that is V by 3, and it would be going in this circular motion, and this would be the tension providing the centripetal force, that would be equal to tension is 2m into VA dash square by R would be L by 3. So that would be 2m, this would become V square by 9, this is L by 3. So what we get, 2m V square by 3L, that is the way. So option A for me seems to be the correct one. Yes, it is. Next one. A particle is moving in a circle of radius r in such a way that at any instant the tangential acceleration and the normal acceleration, that is the AC and AT, are equal. If speed at t equal to 0 is v naught, the time taken to complete the first revolution is. This seems to be tricky one. Let us first, it's given AT is AC. So AT I write it as dv by dt. Just remember this v is speed, that would be equal to v square by r. So from here, if I can find out v as a function of t, yes, I can find out what it is. dv by v square is dt by r integrated from v naught to v, and it is from 0 to t. So this would be 1 by minus 1 by v plus 1 by v naught is equals to t by r. Okay, so what we get, the value of v, we get 1 by v is 1 by v naught minus t by r. So v becomes v naught r upon r minus v naught t. Okay, so this is the velocity as a function of time t. Now this is not velocity, this is basically speed, I can say. To complete one revolution, distance is what we now know is equals to 2 pi r, and we know displacement is v dt. So I can write this ds equals to v dt integrated. This is from 0 to 2 pi r, and this would be from 0 to t. So v is v naught r upon r minus v naught t. Okay, so this is not going to be an easy integration for me, but let me try it. So doing that, this will be 2 pi r, I suppose. Yes, 2 pi r. This is v naught r upon minus v naught ln of r minus v naught t, and minus will become upon r. Okay, so this get cancelled, this get cancelled. So what we have, e to the power minus 2 pi is equal to 1 minus v naught t by r, which implies t would be r by naught 1 minus e to the power minus 2 pi. So this is b I can tick for. Okay, so b is the right one. I can make it now. Actually, you would be seeing that because again the screen recorder stopped and I solved it. So I am doing it again for you, and that tick is again there. Okay. Conducting square frame of a side A long straight wire carrying current L are located in the same plane as shown in the figure. The frame moves to the right with a constant velocity v. The EMF induced in the frame will be proportional to. So that will be simply, you can say, the EMF induced will be proportional to, and distance x from the wire. 1 minute. A and length L connected. The frame moves to the right. Okay, center distance is x. Okay, so first of all, at any instant, the EMF will be induced only in these two sides. And if I write this, this would be more, this would be less. So it would be subtracting both. You can make out because both will be in the same sense. If let's say field is downward, so V cross B, it would be like this. So effectively, instead of adding up, they cancels out. So the EMF would be net would be E1 minus E2. E1 would be equal to B. V and L we can take as common. For the first one, I can write mu naught I upon 2 pi. The distance would be x minus a by 2. For second, that would be x plus a by 2. So doing this, what we will get, take all this as common, bl upon 2 pi. We have to check only the proportionality. By the way, x plus a by 2, x minus a by 2, that would be a, and it would be x square minus a square by 4. So it is proportional to what we are getting now. So from this, it is clearly 2x minus a, 2x plus a. That in that way you can rearrange. So it is option D. You have to just check the proportionality. I have solved completely now. Next one. A, B, C, D, E, F are conducting plates of area A, and any two consecutive plates are separated by a distance D. The net energy stored in the system after the switch. First, let's find the net capacitance of the system between what we knew A and F. Okay. So from our logic, I can say A, C, and E are same. So if I redraw the system, A, C, E are same. What we have, this is F, and we have this D. So first capacitor between A and B. Okay, B is also there. Okay, so let it be B, and B and D don't have any connection, but C has. Okay, so between A and B we get one. Let's call it C naught. Now between B and C, that means again that would be C naught. Then again we have between C and D. So C and D would be like this. This is what again C naught. And then we have between D and E. So this is again C naught. And then we have between E and F. E and F. So okay, so E and F is like this. So this E and F would be like this, C naught. Okay, so what we have now. So what we have now, because this effectively doesn't ends to anything, because you can simply take it like remove this as this plate, this metallic plate. You have this capacitor A and C, and because both are connected, they are short circuited. So effectively you only have C naught, because these two are not effective. Potential is applied only between these two. So directly I can write it as half C naught V naught square, and C naught is what, epsilon naught A by D. So it's a easy one for you. This comes out to be option C. So it's just confusing. You can directly make out this all get cancelled. Only we have a single capacitor meaningful left. Next one. So you have to be very careful while watching. During an adiabatic process, pressure of gas is found to be proportional to the cube of its. It's a very common question. P proportional to T cube. So what now you have, this is an adiabatic process. So P T to the power minus 3 is equal to constant converted into PV upon an R form to the power minus 3 constant. What I have, P minus 2, V minus 3 is constant, or you can say PV to the power 3 by 2 is constant. So gamma comes out to be 3 by 2. That's an easy one. Now, next one we'll take question number 7. We have 2 point masses, small m, carrying charges minus q plus q attached to the ends of a massless rigid non-conducting wire length L. It is placed in a uniform field. It deflects through an angle theta. The minimum time needed by the rod to align itself along the field is. So it's basically a dipole, you can simply say, and the time period would be from extreme to mean, that is t by 4, and t, you know, you are very much familiar, 2 pi under root I by PE. That is what you write. Now what is I here? I would be, because both are at the ends, so if we can take I about the CM thing, what we can have is ml square by 4 plus ml square by 4. I can write it as ml square by 2, and this P thing is equal to QD, that is equal to QL. So if I do this I by E, 1L get cancelled, and this would be 1 upon 4 pi into 2 pi under root of I. I is what? ml square by 2 upon QL. So this. So what we are now getting, and E also, don't forget that. Okay, so 2QE we will get here, and what we have, this is what we can write, pi by 2 under root of ml upon 2QE. This is option number B. Go for it. Now go for the next one. Taking x along horizontal, y along vertical, with what minimum speed should a particle be projected from origin so that it is able to pass through a given point? Okay, so what minimum speed? So let's this point should be on the trajectory. So let's write that equation famous that you know, minus gx square upon 2u square cos square theta. Okay, so putting in it, what we get, because we are not given u, we are not given theta, we have to find u minimum. So y is 40, x is 30, then theta minus g is 10 into 900 upon 2u square cos square theta. That is what we are getting, and for such a thing, it's better convert this cos square theta as sec square theta. 1 upon cos square theta is sec square theta, which is 1 plus 10 square theta. So now what we will get now, 40 is 30 10 theta, minus 9 fives are 4500. This would be 1 plus 10 square theta. So this is a quadratic, so we'll try some quadratic things here. So what we'll have, 4500 10 square theta, it's not 30 10 square theta, minus 30 10 theta, and what we will have now, and there's u square also, sorry, don't miss that, don't miss that. So let me do this, don't be in hurry, otherwise you will regret like me. So what we have now, 4500 10 square theta, I have minus 30 10 theta into u square, and then what I will have, plus 40 u square plus 4500 equals to 0. So that is what we are getting here. So this is a quadratic in 10 theta. So let me take something common. What is it? What common things I can take it out from here? I can take it out, I suppose. What we have, I can make out, that is 450 10 square theta minus 3 u square 10 theta. That is the correct way. Plus this would be 4 u square plus 450 equals 0. So for this a real solution to exist, discriminant should be greater than equal to 0. So if I solve it, 9 u square minus 45 450 into 4, that is 1800 into 4u square plus 450 should be greater than equal to 0. So this is again in u square. So what we get now, what we have this now, this is okay, b square. Okay, this is u to the power 4, otherwise I would have been stuck again. So this 9 again get the common. So what I can have, u4 minus 200 into 4 u square plus 450 should be greater than equal to 0. What we have, u to the power 4 minus 800 minus, if I do, this is 900 double 0 greater than equal to 0. So now making it a perfect square, it would be u square minus 400, okay, whole square. So what we'll have, 400 is 16, 4 times 0, what we have, 9. Okay, so we have to add 16, subtract 16, so 16 and 9 will become 25. So minus 25, 1, 2, 3, 4, greater than equal to 0. So what we get, u square minus 400 whole square should be greater than equal to, I can write it as 500 square, so it becomes easy for me. So u square minus 400 should be greater than equal to 500. So u square should be greater than equals to 900. So u should be greater than equal to 30. That should be the direct result. So it's again a tough one. It's not an easy one. So paper seems not to be that easy this time. Now a conveyor belt is moving at a constant speed of 2. A box is gently dropped. The coefficient of friction is 0.5. The distance that the box will move relative to belt before. Okay, I have lost it where I was. I was at ninth question. Okay. Now, so with respect to the belt, if I visualize the initial speed of box or the relative speed is it would be going backward -2, and acceleration relative would be forward due to the friction, which is mu kg, that comes out as 5 meter per second square. And finally, when it comes to rest, v relative is 0, so we have to find the relative displacement. So applying third equation, 0 square is this is what we have, u square, v square is u square plus 2as, so 2a, that is 2 into 5 into delta x relative, that would be backward also, so we have to just get the magnitude only, that would be -4 by 10, that is minus zero point 0.4 meters, 0.4 meter backward, you can say, with respect to belt. Next, the next equation is the equation of the resultant motion of the number of simple harmonic motion is this, the number of SHMs will be. So you know, for the resultant of 2 SHM, we had that root a into sine of a omega t plus phi thing. But here what we have, this is definitely not going to be 2, it is definitely going to be more than 2. Why? Because if I can write it, it would be some EC sine omega 1t, this is 1, plus k times EC sine omega 1t sine omega 2t. So it is basically come out from the combination of 2, because one cannot give that particular result, because if you break it using 2 sine a sine v, you will get the 2 sine or cos terms, so you can directly go for 3. Such questions you might have done before. Next, when the light of wavelength lambda is incident, photosynthesis surface sparking potential is v. When light of 3 lambda, it is v by 6, the threshold wavelength. So such questions are coming many times for us. First of all, what you will write, hc by lambda minus hc by lambda naught, I should write, because I am searching for lambda naught, that is equal to what we have, v, that is ev. Then what we have, hc by 3 lambda minus hc by lambda naught equals to what you had, this is v by 6, so ev by 6, divide both, dividing them, what I get, this is 6, hc goes, 1 by lambda minus 1 by lambda naught is equal to 1 by 3 lambda minus 1 by lambda naught. So 1 by lambda minus 1 by lambda naught is 2 by lambda minus 6 by lambda naught. So take it here, 5 by lambda naught equals to 1 by lambda. So lambda naught you can make out, it is 5 lambda. Go for option D, that is the most appropriate one for us. Next, a wire of area A is stretched horizontally between two clamps at distance 2L apart. W kg suspended from the midpoint. The strain produced in the wire is. So let me draw this situation. It is like this is the 2L distance, and from the midpoint it was suspended, so it will go like this. I am drawing an exaggerated figure. This is x. So now this would be the new length L dash I can write. So first of all, what is the strain? Strain is going to be 2L dash minus 2L upon 2L. That is L dash minus L by L. That is the strain I need to look at. I'm looking at for. So this is L dash. This distance you know is L. So going by the logic, now we have to introduce this x. So what is L dash minus L? You need to write. So first of all, what is L dash? L dash would be under root of L square plus x square. Okay, so if I do L dash minus L, so let it be L dash is, let's say, L under root of 1 plus x by L ka whole square, and because it is not very large, so if I do this here, just I put it, LL get cancelled, what we get, 1 plus root of x, sorry, this is root of 1 plus x by L ka whole square, root of 1 plus x by L ka whole square minus 1, and you applying binomial theorem, I can write it as 1 upon 2x by 1 plus x by L, so I can write it as, because x by L whole square is not going to be very large, so root of 1 plus x can be written as 1 plus half times, sorry, not 2 times, 1 plus half times this factor, and this half would be x square plus L square minus 1. So this get cancelled, so x square by 2L square, that is what I am getting. So this is the simple application of this binomial theorem. This whole thing is x, x square by L square is x, root of 1 plus x is written as 1 plus half x using the binomial. Next one, we could have find the tension if we tension or the Young's modulus things if the data is more. Next thing, 13, a ray of light is incident normally on one of the faces of the prism of apex angle 30, refractive index root p. The angle of the deviation is, okay, what is the deviation angle? So because it is incident normally on one of the face, so no deviation here, it goes like this. This is 30 degree, this is 90 degree, everyone can make out this is 60, so everyone can say this angle is 30 degrees. So now this is root 2, now it will deviate like this, it will go like this, will bend away. Sorry. Uh, mm, Let me try to rub it again. Change my eraser. It would be like this. So what I can write now, it would be bent away. So this would be the deviation. Let's call it E. That would be minus 30. So what I will write, root 2 sine of 30 degree is equal to 1 into sine E. So sine of E is root 2 sine 30 is 1 by 2, that is 1 by root 2. So E is 45. So 45 minus 30, 15 degree is going to be the deviation. Go for option C. That's not the tough one. You must have done such. Particle of mass m with initial speed u, angle of projection theta, projected average torque of the projectile between initial and final position. Now this is a good one. We can directly say dou average is equal to delta L by delta T. What is delta L? Delta L, initial angular momentum is 0. Finally, when it ends here, we need to be careful about only the perpendicular component, that is mvyl magnitude time is 2 uy by g, and vy magnitude would be uy, you know, sign changes only. So what we can write it as ml by 2, and g goes up. And what is L? L is range. Range, you know, is u square sine 2 theta, or you write it as, what do you, sine 2 theta, yes, u square sine 2 theta by g. This 2 g goes cancel, so go for option A. So such question has been asked if torque at topmost point or something, so you may do this. Next one. Following common emitter configuration, transistor gain beta is 100, the output voltage of the amplifier. This question perhaps is coming neat or something, because I have done the same question. I can directly say voltage gain is V out upon V in, that is beta RC by RB. So here beta is 100, RC is 10 kilo ohm, that is 1 kilo ohm. So that is 1000 times. So V out upon 1 millivolt, that is 1000 times. So answer would be 1.0 volt. This is C. Next. A metal ball of area this, temperature this, surrounded by a vessel this, is emissivity is this, the rate of loss of heat. So what is the rate of loss of heat? The Stephen Boltzmann law says that H would be equal to E sigma A. Okay, let me draw it again. That would be sigma EA, T to the power 4 minus TS to the power 4. So you have to do calculations only. So sigma is, you are given 5.67, not a good data, but write it. E is 0.4, area is 200 into 10 to the power minus 4 in SI units, and T to the power 4, 527 plus 273, if you will do it, is 800 to the power 4 minus 300 to the power 4. Now it's up to you, do all the calculations. Let's say 10 to the power 8, I take common, that will go out. So 5.67, 0.4 into 200, so 24 is 80 into 10 to the power minus 4, 8 to the power 4, that is 64 square, 3 to the power 4, you know, that is 81. So now what we are left with, 5.67 into 8 into 10 to the power minus 3, 64 into 64, what I will get, 64 4s are, what you have, 256, 64 6 are, you have 360, and 24 384 and 25, that is 4096. So 4096 minus 81, so approximately 4000, that is, so 1000 goes for it, the 32, 32 into 5, 32 into 5 goes for 160, and plus 2/3 I'll add more. So if I add 2/3, so what I was getting, uh, I missed it. Okay, 48 4. 4 8 are 32, 32 5 was 160, and now 2/3 if I am adding, because 0.67 is 2/3, so 24, so 160 plus 24, it is 184. So going 182, what would be the closest one I can go for? Next one. The physical quantity which has the dimensional formula m minus 1 t minus 3. Okay, mt minus 3, surface tension is not, I know, density cannot be in time, compressibility is dimensionless, so I'm only left with solar constant. You can try it, because I know surface tension is, what do you write, force per unit, and that comes out as mt minus 2. I remember density is not, compressibility is not, so solar constant, no need in calculating. You can do if you wish, but don't do an exam if you are so sure about other options. I feel the figure is misleading, because it appears that they will reflect many a times. I think the mirror should not be that large given, but what is the way I can simply make out? This two mirrors helps us to create the two sources. One would be S1 and one would be S2. This is 3D here. This is D here. So what we'll have DD, 3D, 8D. So the effective D that we use becomes 8D, and this is the point. And if I take the midpoint of the two, if I'll take again, the taking midpoint is also very typical work here, because it's coming from the sources, so it's not going to be that much easy. So I can just it's tough to get to the let's take the midpoint. If I take 8D, this would be 3D, D would be somewhere here, this would be the line, so this y coordinate becomes 3D. So the part difference we write as d sine theta, that would be d dash sine theta, that is y by d, so that becomes 8D into 3D by d. Now because both are suffering the collisions here, so both are suffering collisions, so the part difference of that difference of that get cancelled out, and that should be equals to 2 lambda for the second minima, maxima, what we can write. So what we have, 2 lambda is 24d square by d, so lambda by 2 becomes 6d square by d, so this k comes out to be 6. So this is how you will do this. So this is the question that you will do. Okay, next, 19th one. Iron rod of 2 kg suspended in the air from the free end of a sonometer wire of length 1 meter. Tuning fork of frequency 256 Hz is in resonance with 1 by root 2 times the length of the sonometer wire. If the load is immersed in water, the fraction of length of the wire that will be resonance for the same. So you have the frequency is same, what we say f is equal to v by 2l, and v depends on root t, so root t by l should be same. So in the first case, root t naught by l naught should be equals to root nu t divided by nu length. So nu length would be 1 by l naught times root t naught by t. And what is T naught by T? Initially T naught was mg, and when you submerged it, mg becomes 1 minus rho f by rho b. That is the result you know by the standard way. So that T naught by T thing will become what it become. Okay, I have written something wrong. Yes, because the proportionality was direct, I have written it wrong. So doing it again, and let me have that stroke eraser. Okay. So what I have now, so L would be L naught root T by T naught. So root T by T naught, what if I do, it would be 1 minus rho f by rho b. So initial one was 1 by root 7, 1 minus rho f by rho b. Specific gravity is 1 by 8 times, so that is 1 by 8, that is 7 by 8. So root 7 goes, it is 1 by 2 root 2, or 1 by root 8. So go for option D, that is the most appropriate for me. Next one. So what it says, as shown in figure, chain of mass m is placed on smooth quarter circular portion of radius r, and A is tied with a wedge while the remaining chain is free. Find the minimum work required to be done by the external agent to make the chain horizontal, keeping point A fixed. Okay, this is fixed. This is very good. Now finally the chain will become like this. So the CM will be here. Now where is the CM now? So from the analogy I can say the semicircular ring or the quarter ring, both will have the same height of the CM, and that height or the y coordinate you must have remembered by now because many questions have come. This is 2r by pi. That means the CM shift by 2r by pi. So work done is mgh. So m into 2r by pi into g. So what option we have? This is the option B. So we can go for this. Okay. So it is again a good question. Now we are completed with the SOTs. Now the numerical one, do it fast. A standard cell of 1.018 meter is balanced by a potential difference across 90 centimeter of 1 meter long wire supplied by a cell of EMF 2 volt through a series resistor of resistance 2 ohm. If the internal resistance of cell in primary is 0, the resistance per unit length of the potentiometer wire is. So basically 1 meter wire, so you have to calculate its resistance. So what we have, 90 centimeter drop is 1.08 volts. So I can directly say 100 centimeter drop would be 1.08 by 90 into 100. In the 9 table, you know, they say first cancel the 0. In the 9 table, it would be 0.12 into 10, that is 1.2 volts. So now what we have, through a series resistor of 2, that means on the resistor the drop would be 0.8 volts because this is 2. So 0.8 volt is equal to what we need to find out, that is equals to I into R, that was I into 2. So the I in the circuit comes out to be 0.4 ampere. So this is 0.4 ampere. So the potentiometer drop VAB would be equal to I into RAB. That is what we had, 1.2 is 0.4 into RAB. So this RAB comes out as 12 by 4. That comes out as 3 ohm for sure. Or you could have done it by other way also. This is 3. This is the answer. Next one. All the edges of block with parallel faces are unequal. Okay. Its largest edge is twice the shortest edge. What is the ratio of the maximum to the minimum resistance between parallel faces? So let's say A, B, C be the three faces what we have. Let's say largest is twice. So let's say this is A, this is B, and this C is twice of A. Okay. So first of all, maximum area will be this. So the maximum resistance would be when we use this area. So rho B into 2A upon A. Okay, so this is 2 rho B by A, and the minimum area will be this. So the minimum will be rho B into A by 2A, that is rho B by 2. That was 2 rho B by A. So you can make out the ratio between max to min is going to be 4:1. So this is a correct one. Next, go for the 23rd. Projectile is fired from the surface of the earth at an angle 60 degree. The initial speed is this. The maximum height that it can rise from the surface is re by x. What is the value of? You all must have done such question. It involves two concepts: conservation of angular momentum. Let this velocity be vp at this point p, and this is r max. So L initial, what we will write, mv naught, not cos alpha, will have sine alpha into r, and that would be equals to m vp into r max. This is the first equation. Okay, sine alpha is 60, that is root 3 by 2. So root 3 by 2 v naught r is equal to vp r max. Okay, this is the first equation. Now the second one, energy conservation, half m v naught square minus gmm by r would be equal to half m vp square minus gmm by r max. Okay, so if I do this, so what we have is substituting the values that we'll have. Let me try. So this would be half m v naught square minus vp square. Vp square I can write as 3 by 4 v naught square r square by r max square, and that would be equal to gmm. I take common 1 by r minus 1 by r max, so it would be a quadratic in r max. We can be able to solve it. So v naught square I take common, that is gme by re, so gm get cancelled. So what I get, 1 upon 2r, and here I get 1 upon 3 by 4 r square by r max square. I think that is right. Yes, gm get cancelled from that equation, 1 by r minus 1 by r max. So doing it, what we will have, we'll have this, take that, it would be, let me simplify first, 1 upon 2r minus what we have, 3 upon 8 r max square into r equals to 1 by r minus 1 upon r max. So taking this LCM and everything, what will we have here, 4 r max square minus what I will have, 3 r square upon 8 r max square is r max minus capital R upon r max. Okay, so that is what we will have now. So this I sorry, not 8, this r and r get cancelled, this r max get cancelled. What we will get, 4 r max square, 8 3 8 it goes here, so minus 8 r max. This will become minus 8 r max square, sorry, and this will become plus 8 r max r minus 3r square equal to 0. So doing this, so again sign reversing, 4 r max square minus 8 r max r plus 3r square is 0. That is what, so factor is 6 and 2, so what I will get, 4 r max square minus 6 r max r plus 2 r max r, not plus 2, sorry, minus 2 r max r plus 3r square equal to 0. So taking what common, 2r max, what I get, 2r max minus 3r, and here what I take common, this would be r, so again 2r max minus 3r. So one will get r max is r by 2, that is not possible, so that would be 3r by 2, that is we have. So the maximum height 3r by 2 means this distance would be r by 2, so the value of x comes out to be 2. So again a bit lengthy one, but you have done it, so you can do it. Next one, the last two now, 24th. What we have, three rods, same length and cross section area range, and D is immersed in ice. Where is D? Okay, this is in ice at 0 degree. Okay, this mass is this, and C is at 100. Okay, heat is supplied at constant rate 200 kilocalorie per second. From where? Okay, from A. Thermal conductivities of AB, BC and BD are K2, K and K by 2 respectively. Time after which whole ice will melt is n into 10 to the power minus 2 second. What is the value of n? Okay, so C is maintained at 100 and 200 is supplied from here. So what will happen now, we need to, now this is 200 coming, so some will go here, some will go here. So let it temperature be T. So the amount going here would be 2K A into T minus 100 by L. The amount going here would be k k by 2, k by 2 a by L into t minus 0, and this is 200. That is basic Kirchhoff's law thing you can say here. So we need to be first find the t. So what we'll get, so what we have, 2ka upon L into what we have, t minus 100. So I take k a by L common, what I will have, 2t minus 200 plus kt by 2 equals to 200. Okay, the value of k is given, okay, given, that is 100 calorie. Okay, so keep it in calorie, no issue. Area is what it is given, 10 ki power minus 3. If I substitute it, this is 1. So what we have now, k is 100, so 100 by 2 will be what I can write, k by 2. Okay, k is already, it's 1 by 2, not k by 2. It would have been a grave mistake. So it would be 5t by 2 minus 200 equals to 200. So this double zero goes. So what we have, 5t by 2 minus 200 equals to what we can have, 2 into 10 ki power 3. Okay, this is huge. So 5t by 2 comes out to be 2200. So t comes out to be 4400 by 5. It comes out as 880 degrees. Now, so now we can find out this term. This is the amount of heat flowing, which is 100 by 2, which is 50 into 10 to the power minus 3 into 880 into time. Let's say, let's call it t. That would be equals to the amount melted, that is 440 into, we know the latent heat. Latent heat is equals to 80 calories. So this is 80, 880, this is 11, this is 40, this is 0. So what I will have, t would be 4 upon 5 into 1000. So it comes out as 200 into 4, 800 seconds. So answer comes out as 8. Going to the last one, the binding energy per nucleon of oxygen is given 17, or both are oxygen. What is the energy required to remove a neutron from O? So what you have, 17 O2, this 16 O plus 1 neutron, that is what you need. So what would be the energy required, because now it is free, so we have to just take the difference of the binding energies. So difference of binding energies, this energy is, for this one is 16 into 7.97, sorry, 16 into 7.97. Okay, and for this is 17 into 7.75. So if the system is energy required means this should be greater, that's why this would be required. So we have to take the difference. So we have to do this calculation. Okay, calculation is doesn't seems very nice to me, but let's try it. So 17 into 7, 3 by 4, so I should write it as 31 by 4. That would be somewhat better, I suppose. 16 sevens are what you had, 112. 16 nines are 144, 155. 16 sevens are 112, and 15 127. So it is 127.52. Okay, and what I have, 17 ones are 17, 17 these are 51, 527 by 4 minus 127.52. So if you do this is 1, this is 12 is 3, that is 1 point 33, 330 means 75 minus 127.52. So 5 and 2 3, 7 and 5, what do you have, 2, 11 and 7 4, so 4.23, that is what I am getting. Let me check what's given in your answer. Yes, exactly 4.23. So this was today's paper. Thanks for joining. Keep sharing the channel. Thank you all.